25 seconds. Five. Qapla, everyone. Hello, it's birhtday. And it is December 5th, 2019. And thank you, Thomas Potts, for the $4.99 super chat. Happy birthday, SisOPrey. You're so much better than your brother. Well, Thomas, unfortunately, SisOPrey is not here. She is at work. She is working today.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
And she's staying in the city tonight to go out with her friends. We might not see her till this weekend. In fact, we might not see her till next week because she also has a work trip scheduled to beautiful, sunny Wisconsin. Why the fuck would anybody schedule a trip to go to Wisconsin in December? But yes, Wisconsin. She has to go to work for Wisconsin for a few days. So we might not actually see her back here until late next week, which is crazy. Let's see. Let me start off at the beginning of comments. There's also some pretty decent news. Hey, Roxald, you're from Wisconsin. Wisconsin greater than NYC. I would probably agree with that 11 or 10 out of the 12 months of the year, Rock Solid. So Rock Solid was first, though he says he's last. Welcome, Rock Solid. 47 Yorktown says, hello, sir. Welcome, 47 Yorktown. You're making me feel old. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Hello in Qapla. Mark Andy says, hi. Hello, Mark Andy. John DeMarco says, greetings, John. Not Ryan Johnson says, must be another Frank and Freddie. No, it's not a Frank and Freddie rant. Rock Solid says, cutting the cord. Is someone finally disconnecting birhtday life support? Oh, see, now you made Mama Prey upset. Josh reads his bird is going to rant about what SisOPrey got him on her birthday and Frank and Freddie wedding video. Rock Solid says, remember people, smash that like button and share via social. Set chat to live, which I did. We're on live chat now. No, goddammit, it's on top chat again. I gotta go back to live. How did it switch? It's on, okay, I'm on live chat now on both the tablet and the PC. So set chat to live, turn mic and camera on before going live. Donate if you can. Join the subscribe star. Don't abuse emojis. And Rock Solid sucks. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Rock Solid. Why? Usually it gets pixelated, but and then Thomas Potts with his super chat. Thank you, Thomas, for saying SisOPrey is much better than me. Josh says, Bird, you still have time for a Jaloja. Well, maybe later. Uncle Remus says, I'm leaving John Camp here to join you, Bird. This better be good. Oh boy. Now the pressure's on. Thank you, Uncle Remus. Rock Solid says, in all seriousness, birhtday, if you want to cut the cord, I have a whole video series about that from service providers and hardware. Oh, it's very cool, Rock Solid. Hardware, I'm pretty well set. I love my Fire TV, my second generation Fire TV box. Although I may end up getting an NVIDIA Shield Pro at some point. As for the service, I'll get into it later, but at this point, I took right now, YouTube TV is having a 21-day free trial. So I'm actually on that right now for 21 days. The problem is YouTube is just missing a couple of important stations that I absolutely need to have. Now, Hulu TV has them. So in all likelihood, I will switch to Hulu Live TV. And assuming Hulu Live TV works, I will then cancel my cable company completely. That even though the bill now is over $100 a month and I don't even have a cable box from them. I don't even have one premium channel. That is just for cable service with HD service. Yes, they still charge for HD service. And then I have my own TiVo box that I have to buy a cable card from them for like $4 a month for a cable card, plus all these fees and ridiculousness. It comes over $100 a month for cable, plus $14 or $15 a month I have to send to TiVo for their box. Now, TiVo is the best DVR box on the market, so I don't mind sending my $15 a month to TiVo, but I do mind sending over $100 a month to Time Warner, aka Spectrum, for what is essentially basic cable plus a few channels that should have been included in basic cable. You know, they call it an entertainment package or whatever, but it's not. It's just more basic channels that aren't included in basic. And I'd be damned if I'm going to pay for all these channels I don't watch. At least I'm going to be damned if I pay $100 a month. Where for YouTube TV, for $50 a month, or $52, whatever it is, they actually have 163 channels available in my zip code. Which is granted is a lot less than the cable, but it's most of the channels that I watch are there. And with Hulu, they would definitely be there. So, it only makes sense. Cinnabon Bunny says hello. Hello, Cinnabon Bunny. And Cinnabon, thank you so much. In fact, I'm going to show people the short video you put up today. When Cinnabon was live streaming this morning, I was at his stream. And because it was SisOPrey5's birthday, and she does like rabbits, I asked her if he would put up on the wall just a hand-drawn note saying, "Happy birthday, SisOPrey." And he did. He was very nice about it. So I'll show off that video. In fact, Cinnabon, SisOPrey did see the minute 45 video you put up after, and she did get a chance to watch that. I don't know if she's commented on it yet, but she was very, very happy with it. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. She loved it. She loved it. Roxanne says, hey, he's from Wisconsin. Live with Matthew says, Qapla, bird of prey, and all Qapla life with Matthew. And yes, Wisconsin greater than NYC, says Rock Solid. Cinnabon, is Wisconsin still a state? And Rock Solid says, Wisconsin greater than Caroga. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rock Solid. That's just crazy talk. Not Ryan Johnson says, Wisconsin, there's such a thing as video conferencing. Yeah, I have no idea why she has to be, feet on the ground in Wisconsin in December. Uncle Remus Bird, just buy a Fire Stick and VPN, hack the Fire Stick, and you're good to go. Well, I have a Fire TV, I have a Fire Stick, I have a VPN, and I'm aware, Uncle Remus, of those relatively cheap IPTV packages out there. And truth be told, I've even tried a couple of free demos just to see. They're impressive, but I can't put the whole family. I don't know. I don't know that I'd risk the whole family on a gray market IPTV service, especially when YouTube TV and Hulu TV are fairly reasonable and have like included DVR services and stuff and are totally legit. I don't have to worry about them ever going offline or whatnot, or VPNs. Uncle Remus says no live chat again, Bird. I forgot, and I'm on live chat now. Not Ryan Johnson says bird of prey greater than John Campia. Oh, thank you. And Rock says, I just did a video unboxing the 2019 NVIDIA Shield TV Pro. Oh, very cool. I'm pretty sure I already know I want it, but that I do want to see that. Uncle says, Bird, did you watch South Park last night? It was all about cable companies and streaming. Hilarious. No, Uncle Remus, I didn't. I forgot it was on. In fact, I was long asleep by 10 o'clock when South Park comes on. For me, I was long asleep at 10 p.m. I was so exhausted yesterday. This antibiotic is I'm feeling a bit better today, definitely, but it knocks me out. Rock Solid hated Hulu with live TV. Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. Basically, I have two options that are almost the identical same price. It's either get Hulu with live TV, which gives all the channels I want on one software package, just through the Hulu app, or I can get YouTube live TV, which is going to be significantly cheaper than the Hulu TV. But in addition to YouTube TV, I then also need to get, what's this other service? I have it. I put a link up. Where is it? Oh, it's a page back. I'm looking at my web forum. We have a thread there going, cord cutting. Philo, 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 which has the channels I want, and that's like another $20 a month. So I'd have to get that plus YouTube TV, which would be like $70, which is also about what Hulu would cost once I added in all the things I need on Hulu to bring it up to speed. So, I mean, that's right now I'm paying $100 to cable and another $15 to TiVo, so it's $115 bill that I could get down to presumably $70, $65, $70. So let's say 70, that's 30, 40. It's $45 a month in savings, which is a pretty good percentage in savings on television and things. The problem is that the TiVo is just so damn easy to use, and Mama Prey can navigate it when it's on. When it's already on, she can navigate it. Trying to teach her how to use like YouTube or Hulu TV is just going to be a nightmare, but she likes to read anyway. Track95 says, hello all. Uncle Remus says, cable TV is trouble, but since they provide internet as well, they will never go out of business. Well, I don't use them for internet because I use Verizon Fios for internet. Now, I could get TV through Fios, but I never wanted it through Fios. At the time I was thinking about it, they didn't have the History Channel. And then by the time they got the History Channel, I was just better off keeping cable and internet separate in case one goes down, I still have the other. Now, of course, if I do, cable through YouTube TV or Hulu, if internet goes down, I lose everything. But my Verizon Fios has proved to be far more reliable than the Spectrum cable. Shromo says, greetings, Birdo. Uncle Remus. Yeah, I just read that. Shromo says, greetings, Birdo Prey, Mama Prey, 5 and fellow nerds, greetings. Rock says, dude, TiVo is so last decade. You should check out Plex, much nicer DVR service. I have checked out Plex. I actually think TiVo's a bit better, to be honest. I was surprised. Thomas Potts is stuck in a pit of snakes, spiders, and rats. Much, 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 much greater than Kuroga. You're back on 2 lists, Thomas. Shromore says, and greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, defiler of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels, and keeper of the lists. Keeper of the lists. Shrek95 says, rock solid, why did you hate Hulu with live TV? That's a good question. He said the interface for Android TV is garbage. I hated it. It was so slapped on. It was sad. Plus, I thought it was overpriced for what it offered. I wish PlayStation View was sticking around. Good service. Cinnabon Bunny says you're welcome. Track95 says hello to Cinnabon. Stromorin says home in Kuroga, where Sassy and the alpacas play, where often is heard an SOB from Bird, and he flips off Turdistan all day. Man, that even sounded bad to me. But thank you, Shamar. Mama, you liked it, Mama Pray? Josh Street says Thomas and Kuroga that still use the rats in a bucket trap strapped to the chest of their prisoners. Yeah, that's a method of torture, right? We don't torture people in Kuroga. The only way we torture people is by sending them to Turdistan. Rock Solid says with Plex Live TV, you can get a lifetime subscription for $130 and have full access to your DVR anywhere. Yes, but I'm not going to have a DVR anymore, so what good would that be? Doc Jambroni says, yo, welcome, Doc. Welcome. Thomas Potts is lolling at Josh Street. Rock Solid says, if you get a Shield TV, get the extra warranty. The Wi-Fi transceivers tend to burn out in about 10 to 14 months. Bull crap. I never get the extra warranty, Rock Solid. Burns out, I'll just get it on sale somewhere. But thank you for the heads up. Plus, I would never be using Wi-Fi. If I would be using the Ethernet cord. In fact, the Wi-Fi is the main reason I don't use an Amazon Fire TV stick. I would only connect it by Ethernet. Since that's so much more reliable a connection. Track 9 by the Bird of Prey Bionic Belly Button liked my tweet before. Before I did? But did they sign? Rock Solid says Bird of Prey, do this. Set up an Excel spreadsheet with what channels are most important to you. Put the service providers across the other axis and compare what has what in the packages. The channels that are important to me are my local channels, Science Channel, BBC America, the Smithsonian Channel, the History Channel, and there's one more I often watch. I think it's AHC. But then I also need to be able to see like Better Call Saul when that comes on. So I need AMC and the Paramount Network, because that's got a couple of good shows I watch from time to time. You know. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't mind having Sci-Fi Channel or Comedy Central. Not that I watch them that often, but wouldn't hurt. But I just want something. I want somebody to come out where I don't have to pay for channels I don't want. It upsets me. It angers me. It angers me when I'm forced to pay for channels that I do not want, okay? Even if you were only going to take off 5 cents a channel, if you could say, if you cancel 20 channels, we'll give you $1 off, I'd say I'd take it. And I could tell you right now, I'd say, well, bull, take off all the sports channels, or I don't need ESPN, I don't need Fox Sports, I don't need the other 10 of both of those channels. It's not racist, but I don't need BET. I don't need Lifetime. I don't need the Hallmark Channel. I would keep the Weather Channel because that I do watch if there's a storm going on. C-SPAN should be free. Why they even charge for that, I have no idea. But if they're going to charge for C-SPAN, F it. I don't need C-SPAN 1 or 2. So many channels. So many channels. Now there's not even just BET. There's BET Her. Like double F. I don't need either of that. Thomas says, but live TV doesn't have Baby Yoda. You know what? I don't watch The Mandalorian. I don't have Disney Plus. I don't plan on getting Disney Plus anytime soon. And Roxal sent me an example spreadsheet, and I did get it. It's pronounced Philo, like Wi-Fi. Philo? I don't know. Oh, did I mispronounce something? I'm sorry, Roxal. I'm Mrs. Bird, just getting the antenna for over-the-air channels and Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO service next year. Nothing on regular channels anyway. Well, that's not true. 99% of my television watching is Science Channel, History Channel, or Smithsonian, or BBC America. That is 90%. Those 4 channels. Ungarimus, I have Verizon Fios as well in New Jersey. I hate Comcast. Comcast is probably the worst, but luckily I don't have Comcast. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, sent you a link. Would I help to determine what services of the channels I wanted needed to your Gmail? Thank you. I did see it come in. Doc Jambroni says, or just be a pirate. Aye, matey. Yeah, well, there are some things that, well, let's just say, I feel like I've given some channels far more money than they deserve already over the years. Especially when they haven't paid me back for the times that they were offline. So I have my own way of getting reimbursed. Rock Solid says, I will also say that DirecTV Now, the last time I tried it, did not have a native Android TV app. Almost 3 years after launch, I don't drop F-bombs often, but F AT&T and what they did to DirecTV. Rockstar says Plex allows you to have a DVR. It's one built into the software. Okay, well that might be, maybe I'll look again. Agner says, I was there over 1 hour longer than transmitted by Bird, to the point that Anti-Tracker said this is getting stupid. Agner says, I was there over 1 hour longer than transmitted by Bird, to the point Anti-Tracker said this is getting stupid to Shromore. What? Oh, remember the alpaca mo. Shromore says, remember the alpaca mo. Hector was there. Uncle Remus says, Comcast can rot in hell just as bad as Disney. Rockstar says, Bird of Prey, I have gone through 4 in 3 years. Get the warranty. Thank you. Joseph Petrick with a €2 super chat. Early stream confuses Joseph. Joseph is not tired. Oh, maybe you're going to understand that I'm not as interesting when you're not tired. I apologize, Joseph. Yeah, I got a strange schedule this week. Well, really, this is the last day. Tomorrow should be back to normal. But I had an opportunity to stream early today, so I took it. Also, guys, well, I'll get there in a minute. Algorithm says, I had DirecTV a long time ago, before Fios was in my area. DirecTV was decent at the time, but no internet was a deal breaker. And Rock Solid says he's hungry and he needs to get his lunch. And he's asking Trek 95 how his mom is doing. Cinnabon Bunny says Animal Planet. I guess that's a channel he must have. I mean, basically has Animal Planet in his living room, as we saw this morning on his live stream. Doc Jimbroni says, yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Yar, yar. Thomas Butts says, Bird of Prey likes Playboy Channel. Well, I don't think they have Playboy channel anymore. Didn't they stop putting nude people in Playboy? I assume that they probably stopped the channel. Rock Solid says you always pay for channels you don't want. I don't want to, damn it, Rock Solid. That's the problem. Why? Why do I have to pay for channels I don't want? Actor says early streams good, Kurogan fires bad. Kurogan fires? Oh, in City Skylines? Rock Solid, be back in a bit. Gonna grab food. Take care, Rock Solid. John DeMarco says you don't need BET. I thought that'd be your favorite channel. It's not Bird Entertainment Television. Not yet. John Street says Thomas Bird was the Playgirl channel since he wants strong young lad. No. Track 95 Rockside Production. She is doing better, but I'm having a red day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, right? Track 95. Actor says Apio Verde to you, SisOPrey. SisOPrey is not here. She's at work, but Verde means green, and Apio, a green pie to SisOPrey? Why would you tell SisOPrey to have a green pie? Unless it's a pistachio pie? Is Apio Spanish for pistachio? I think that's it. A pistachio pie. Actors people must give traditional pistachio pies on people's birthdays. You have such a wise and interesting culture, Actor, with your pistachio pies for birthday presents. Joseph says, I canceled my cable subscription years ago. I have Netflix, Amazon, and generally internet. Track 95 is Bird Prey. Did you see my post on Discord? I saw some of your posts on Discord, and I responded to them. But obviously, if you're asking me that, there's another one. I don't see you having any unanswered posts from you in Discord, so I guess I saw whatever. Did I not write back to you? Let's see. The last I saw her, we were talking about my infection. That's just been a general infection. So that was the last thing I saw, Track 95. And I'm sorry I didn't write back, but there didn't seem to be anything left to add to the conversation. I don't want to go into your details here because obviously I don't know how much of that is personal. But from my side, I just didn't have anything extra to add. Joseph says, Visetko nahilipi ke nadorium seska doraka. Vases, Naples, and narrow denim, sestra dravaka, sestra, stressful, maybe, stressful dravaka, stressful Vaca. Stressful devil cows. Vases. And I don't know. I don't know, Joseph. I'm sorry. You have to give me a little better translation. Thomas Bot says, have someone connect to your house someone else's cable. If they say you're stealing it, ask how. I'm in a hospital bed. Cinnabon Bunny says, Track 95, thanks for the tweet earlier. Neurotic signed. We're up to 5. Neurotic signed. Uncle Remus says, Bird, I guess you're a big porn stars and American Pickers fan if you watch history. I do. I am. Yes, I am. I watch them when there was nothing else on. Porn Stars more so than American Pickers, although I have watched both. I really like Porn Stars. Plus when they do their UFO stuff and their ancient aliens. Joseph says, Hector, not complaining, just being confused, which is actually normal for me. Track95 Cinnabon, wow, that means he saw my tweet. Actor says, sleepy neurons favors birds. Yes. Cinnabon says, awesome. Joseph says, 22 watching. Lick the thumb till it turns blue. Lick your own you mean the like button. I got it. Uncle Reedman says Disney Plus is National Geographic. You know, I don't watch too much of National Geographic. Actor says the likes are too low. Come on, birds and birdettes. Rock Solid says what you want and what you're going to get are two different things. Track 95 says Rock Solid, okay, what's the difference? Where did you have it versus what you wanted? Uncle Remus says turn the TV off and read a book instead. Josh reads that Neurotic is going live, the son of an alpaca. Yeah, well, he said he was going to be going live at this time yesterday. Or last night. No, last night's stream. He said he was going to stream at 10:30 a.m. his time, which was about 20 minutes ago. About 20 minutes ago. Uncle Remus says turn off the TV and focus on YouTube channel. I only watch the TV really when I first wake up or when I going to sleep. So it's not time I can be focusing on YouTube anyway. Joseph says, Uncle Remus, here you get the attention all over Nerdrotic. It's crowded. That's true. Actor Bird is a wrench in Nerdrotic, so he has to go now. No. Nerdrotic understands. I have my own channel to worry about. Mr. Miles says first. Welcome, Mr. Miles. Aberjam UK says, McClunky. Star Wars is all McClunky right now. Uncle Remus says, I agree, Joseph. I like Gary, but his channel is turning into Campia Fest, unfortunately. Vile Mike says, howdy, folks. Welcome, Vile. Hector says, is Bird decoding a Sith dagger? Try not to shut down. I was shutting down. Uncle Remus says, Bird's eyes turning red. I hope not. Hector says, yeah. Joseph Bird all the best to SisOPrey was the Slovak text you were decoding without much success. Vile Mike says, Nerdrotic signed what? Apparently, there might be out there a change.org petition started by somebody to make me change my name to SisOPrey5's. And it was signed by a couple of you guys, plus SisOPrey, and now Nerdrotic, apparently. That's what people are claiming, that Nerdrotic signed it to. I haven't seen it. If somebody wants to put the link in, I want to confirm this. I haven't seen that link. I'm only reporting rumors here. Thomas's Bird likes porn stars. He just said it. Well, you know I said it to a different type of porn. But, I mean, Captain MKG says, Bird of Prey, are you still playing 9N Space Engineers? 9N Space Engineers? Well, I'm happy to report that Kurogans announced that they did attack last night, a successful attack on a Turkestani mining facility. They destroyed a mining ship. They destroyed a warship that was under construction. And I believe they, ravaged the facilities and ransacked it. Now, they don't think it was the main turret base because it just didn't seem. There were a lot of defenses. They don't think it was the main turret base because if it was quite a letdown. And the Anti-Tracker says, hey, just got home from the doctors and stuff. What is Bird's big news? Well, Anti-Tracker, I didn't say it yet. but I'll say it now, and the off chance you're still here. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Probably best way is with a picture. Well, that's not the big news, but that is less important news we'll get back to in a second. But, Imager. There you go. So, yeah, I'm going to be an uncle. I'm going to be an uncle. Now, of course, I've known about this for a while, but SisOPrey made it public today on her birthday. SisOPrey is pregnant. Sister Oprey is pregnant, so DJ is going to have to start paying up, I guess. He's going to have to start paying something. Yes, there's a little Oprey in the oven. Baby Oprey, I guess. And June 29th is the due date. So, late June, early July, there will be a new member, a new Oprey, one that will start off smaller than Sassy, but hopefully quickly grow to overtake Sassy. Been a long time. So Mom Oprey will actually become Grandma Oprey. A lot of changes. And my grandma will actually be great grandma. So, I'm going to be an uncle. We don't know the sex yet. That says CRL, not girl, as some people thought it said. Though Sister Oprey thinks it's a girl, and I also think it's a girl because, and this was a couple months ago, the beginning of October, I had a dream before we technically knew she was pregnant. Before she was pregnant, I had a dream where Dad Oprey came to me in the dream and said to me, your sister is going to have a baby girl. So, I do think it's a girl too. Now, maybe Dad Oprey was wrong. Dad Oprey from the Great Beyond was wrong, and it's going to be a boy. But in a few weeks, they should be able to tell the sex of the baby. So, that's the big news. What's up? Oh, okay. So Dad Oprey wasn't 100%. He said your sister's going to have a baby girl, and she's going to name it Gertrude. Oh, came to me in a dream, told me that she was before she was pregnant. A few days, I assume, before she was pregnant. And then he did say that she was going to name it Gertrude, which Sister Oprey is 100% against the name Gertrude. So that's never going to happen. But Dad Oprey, yeah, it's true. Dad Oprey did tell Mom Oprey that he wanted to call me Rollo. When she was pregnant with me, Dad Oprey was talking to me in the stomach, in the womb, as calling me Rollo before they agreed on Joseph. He had a lot of good Mom Oprey said he had a lot of good points, but he had some weird name choices. Some weird choices for names. So that's the big news. And then I have some other things we'll get to in a little bit. But that was the big news I wanted to let everybody know. So it's gonna be some changes coming around here. Gonna be some changes. Josh Reed says, Thomas, you beat me to the punch. Uncle Remus says, I went to Las Vegas a few years back and went to the porn star shop I have a picture with the old man Rip. Oh, that's very cool, Uncle Remus. And I'm very sorry that old man, that was his nickname, the old man, that he passed away. John DeMarco, the big news is that BET is his favorite channel. Nope. Showmore says, Anti-Trigger, hope your turds are green today. We all hope his turds are green. And Thomas Potts puts in the Twitter, the Twitter link to the, there it is. Let's see who signed this. He puts in the link to the tweet. Okay, so I replied to it, lol, and Bionic Belly Button replied to it with alpacas and laughs. And let's see if we actually click on sign the petition. 6 people have signed. And Diana SisOPrey5's, my sister, I am SisOPrey5's, and I am signing this petition because I believe in the healing light of the alpaca. Where are the other signatures, though? Oh, now 7 people have signed. Son of a bitch. Where are the signatures, though? How do I see the signatures? I don't know. Maybe I can't see the signatures. I thought you used to be able to. Well, then who's to say who signed? I call BS. I call BS. Who's to say who supported it? Yeah, this is nonsense. This is nonsense indeed. Okay. Abajam says, Bird of Prey, did you see the Star Wars trailer with Rey holding the dagger MacGuffin? It looks like a kid's toy from... I did see it. I thought it looked a little Klingon. Joseph says, Anti-Trigger, hi, great mead discussion yesterday. I watched it until about 10 minutes after Robert Burnett came on. That's when I fell asleep. Trigger says, Anti-Trigger, how did it go at the doctor? Abajam says, Anti-Trigger, greetings, brother. Thomas Potts says, Anti-Trigger, Bird of Prey finally admitted to Frank and Freddy romance. Not true. Uncle Remus, I think Rise of Skywalker is going to be bah. Looks like leaks are true. Such a shame. Anti-Trigger Joseph thinks me and Mr. Burnett have a good chemistry. Oh, wow. Very cool. You guys have a good chemistry. Track 95 says, I had an MRI, so I will not know until the 20th. And he knew it. No. 6 have signed now, says Thomas. Josh says, Anti-Trigger Burgess admitted he likes to watch porn stars. Vile Mike says, I cannot sign. I have a Twitter, but not used it in years. Don't remember the name or password. Edgar says, Joseph, well, he wasn't much better with Spanish. Track 95 says, Anti-Trigger, have you signed it? Cinnabon gives a thumbs up to Thomas. Track 95 says, I put the link on a Discord. Okay, very cool. Joseph says, actor, now I'm craving some pistachio cake. And Anti-Trigger just signed it too. Joseph says, dating a girl, first base, second base, third base. That escalated quickly. Uncle Remus, Bird is pregnant. Bird is not pregnant. Gary Katzer just subscribed. Thank you so much, Gary, if you're here. Although I think you might already be a subscriber. No, I'm not pregnant. SisOPrey5 is pregnant. You don't need to really congratulate me. I'm going to be an uncle. Yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe she'll meet somebody between. Anyway, Uncle Remus, I was about to ask the same things as Trek 95. John DeMarco says, congratulations to SisOPrey. Indeed, Uncle Remus was close. Oh, he said that before I said what it was. Roxanne says, Anti-Tracker is Joshua enjoying Sonic. And looks like a little bird, says Anti-Tracker. And then Trek 95 says, bird is pregnant. Showmore says, Bird of Prey, big congratulations to SisOPrey. Anti-Tracker says, Rock Solid says he's setting it up now. Very cool. Congrats to SisOPrey and the Bird family. Thank you, Uncle Remus. Actress says, felicitations to Tio Pajaro and Didi. Joseph says, little O'Prey, baby, I guess. Thomas Potts says, Anti-Tracker, I sent you a message on Twitter. Trying to remember, Bird of Prey, who's the father? No. It's not my baby. And he's saying, who's the father of my baby? Like, I'm pregnant. No. That's a matter SisOPrey can discuss if she feels up to it. Roxanne says, awesome. Let him know he can message me if there's any questions. Abajam says, Kiddo Prey. Yes. Actor says, that looks like a baby bunny. Josh Street says, little O'Prey 5. Did Bird go all No. Uncle Remus says, it looks like an alien. Well, they're supposed to look like an alien at that stage of life. Actor says, but all mammals look alike at that stage. Exactly. Aberjam says, kind of looks like Baby Yoda. That would probably be acceptable. Andrew says, slow, so Bird using his psychic powers again. No, that was Dado Prey coming in a vision. Rock Solid says, wait a second, Bird of Prey, who's the father? What did DJ do? I don't know, but DJ's gonna have to start paying some money, I guess. Uncle Remus, who's the baby daddy? I don't know. That's for her to discuss. Thomas says, wait, it took years for Laura to get you pregnant from the Jeep meeting. Am I on 3 lists yet? Thomas, you're very close to making the list. Aberjam says, Bird of Prey, they've measured Kiddo Prey's midichlorian. Have they measured Kiddo Prey's midichlorian count yet? Yeah, I believe it's 25. Shromore says, Bird of Prey, you had the opportunity to say any name. You could have gone with Ripley. Thomas says, did they pick a girl name for you just in case you were born a girl? Well, Thomas, back in those days, they didn't know what I was going to be until I was born. But Mamo Prey was 100% sure I was going to be a boy, so they did not have a backup name. Yeah, they didn't have the test. They didn't have ultrasounds that could tell if it was a boy or girl back when Mamo Prey had me. So they just knew they were having a baby. But Mamo Prey was certain it was a boy. So she didn't have a backup name. Thomas is Bird of Prey. No, I just read that. Anti-Trigger says, Aberjam, it's O'Prey. So midichlorian count is negative 3,472,657. Joseph, will there be a crib live stream, Bird of Prey? There might be. Aberjam is laughing at Anti-Tracker. Actress is Shromore. Ripley was her surname. Her name is Ellen. Oh, you're going with alien now, huh? Thomas is little green turds. Doesn't that mean a medical problem? It just means a little too much bile. Actor says so. O'Prey is like an antibiotic to the midichlorians. Richie Poole says, Sister O'Prey's birthday when? Today. Today is Sister O'Prey's birthday, Richie Poole. Actor says today. Surf Trektronics. Welcome, Surf Trektronics. Chum Lee is Bird's little bro. I love Chum Lee. I tried to look past his conviction on he should never have been convicted for having a gun because there were drugs in the house. That was bullshit. A little meth. Just a little meth. Richie Poole says, happy birthday, Sister O'Prey. Shromore says, Actor, That's true, but Ellen could be mistaken for unfunny talk show host. That's true. Abajam says Shromore, only Dobby gets mistaken for that unfunny chat show host. Antitrigger, is there a bird in the oven? Well, apparently, in SisOPrey, there is. Thomas is bird of prey. Biden called a man who asked him about his Ukraine comment a damn liar and fat. I don't know what you want me to say, Thomas. Antitrigger says kind of like a turduncan, a bird and a bird. Cinnabon says bird of prey. I sent a screenshot of the petition to your Discord. Okay, Cinnabon. Let's see what's going on. Off topic main. Yeah, there it is. Gary Buechler signed 3 hours ago. Well, either somebody's faking his name or he really signed. I guess we'll see. You know what? While we're here, let's I want to bring up a couple of other things. While we're on YouTube. So, this is the YouTube Creators Insider channel. YouTube Creator Insider channel. Now, this is a channel that you'd be subscribed to if you make videos on YouTube, pretty regularly. And they give a lot of, they claim that they give helpful hints, but most of the stuff they say is like stuff you'd have to be an idiot not to know already, but whatever. Anyway, at the end of every one of this guy's videos, he gives a movie quote trivia question where the first one to name the movie gets their name shouted out the following week. So last week, I just happened to be on when he dropped his latest video. So I immediately opened the video and I immediately jumped to the end so I would hear the trivia question first. And I answered it. It was Kill Bill. So I answered it and I was the first one to get it. So this week he shouts me out, but 99% of the time he just says, oh, it's, Kevin F., congratulations. This week the question is. But he makes a few comments about my username. And you can tell he actually talked more, but they edited it out. So here we go. And this guy, so he's the guy in charge of creating YouTube Studio. So I know if you prefer the classic interface, he might not be your best friend, but he's actually very informative person. And in fact, earlier on this video, he talks about how people have misunderstood the updated TOS, the part about saying that they reserved the right to get rid of unproductive, whatever, something that doesn't make money, unprofitable parts of YouTube, and people, he's saying people have mistakenly thought they meant channels. But according to him, he says they meant features that don't produce money and just aren't helpful. But I don't understand why that would be a change, because YouTube has always had the right to get rid of features that they didn't like anymore. And to be honest, YouTube has always had the right to get rid of creators or, people they don't like anymore. So I don't see why this needed to be a new rule, but he swears that language was only into getting rid of features of YouTube that it's not worth it to them to keep them updated because nobody's using them. Like, just as an example, and this is not his example, this is my example. If they found that nobody was using the audio library, right? YouTube maintains a vast free audio library. that I'm sure, you know, probably has more than one dedicated employee just to taking care of it. If they ever found out that, hey, nobody, you know, only 1 in 5,000 people are using the audio library, and the videos that see it, you know, collectively get 500 views a week, they might say, well, we don't need to keep 2 employees full time just for dealing with the audio library. We're going to cut the audio library and reassign those people to something more important. That's what he says they meant by having that wording about doing away with unprofitable, you know, stuff. But listen, I don't know if I believe that or not. But here, this is he talks about my name.
All right, movie time. Movie time. Last week's movie was Kill Bill. First person who guessed it was Bird of Prey 5. Who knew? So many bird of prey. Just one bird of prey. Bird, singular. Bird of prey this week. Here is the quote. After that, my guess is you will never hear from him again. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he did not exist.
And obviously that's from The Usual Suspects. But you can tell they had to cut. He was enamored by why there would be 5 birds of prey. Why did they have to put a 5 after my name?
All right, movie time. Movie time. Last week's movie was Kill Bill. First person who guessed it was Bird of Prey 5.
Now, usually that's where they would stop and they would just go on to the next question.
Who knew? So many bird of prey.
Who knew? So many
just
birds
one bird of prey. Bird, singular. Bird of prey this week.
Bird, singular. So all that, and then there they cut it again. So I don't know. That probably sent him off on a small rant as to what the hell was going on. Okay, so now this video was this video was actually made. I'm going to play it. It's a minute and 25 seconds. Although there is some explicit lyric. Actually, I'm not going to play it all. What I'll do is I'll put the link in to the chat, but I'll play a little bit. I'll play like the first minute or half of it. This is made by one of SisOPrey5's friends, who happens to be a big Star Wars fan. And it's called Control the Jams, Baby Yoda Will. Now, I haven't seen The Mandalorian, but I assume this has something from a Mandalorian scene. So Baby Yoda is controlling the music, and then the Mandalorian just decides to hold him. A few
moments later.
Hold him in his arm.
What the hell?
Then I assume maybe Baby Yoda does a Jedi mind trick on him and gets him to put on the music Baby Yoda wants to listen to. Anyway, it's a pretty cool. It's a short video. Let me put it into. The I hope that doesn't cause a strike. A content match for that little bit of sound. But yeah, so this is something to watch if you're interested in. And then earlier today, this was from Cinnabon Bunny's channel, and you know what, Cinnabon, I should be described as, this is the birhtday channel. That's why it doesn't show as subscribed, but I just subscribed. So this is Cinnabon Bunny's, I'm going to put this into the chat. Where is it? There it is. This is what I asked. I had asked Cinnabon if he would put up a piece of paper since it was SisOPrey5's birthday. He had a live stream this morning where he had the rabbits out. And I said, will you put up a piece of paper where it has happy birthday SisOPrey? And he did, which was super nice of him. And of course, as soon as he ended his stream, the big rabbit pulled it off the wall and started eating it.
Happy birthday, SisOPrey.
And
the bunny's chewing on your sign. I'm sorry.
Now, Sister O'Prey has seen this video, Cinnabon, and she was very, very happy. She was very happy with it. I don't know if she's commented on it yet, but she said she will. Let's see. Is there a comment? No, she hasn't commented yet. But she said she will. She did see it. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's funny to see. And then you did also pan over and show the other rabbit, which was really cool because as much as I think that Strawberry is the big rabbit, this smaller black and white rabbit, which I believe is Cinnabon, is the rabbit that SisOPrey5's first rabbit looked like. So that's very cool. That's very cool. And then I also, a slightly more somber note, Commodore Ty, which everybody should subscribe to, and I will put in a link to Commodore Ty's channel. Commodore Ty put out his most recent video, is a very moving tribute to DC Fontana.
Gene turned to me and he said, "You've been with me for 2 years."
And it talks about how, you know, it's a short video, it's just over 5 minutes, on DC Fontana's place in Star Trek and how she was indeed the mother of Star Trek. And I forget if it was Anti-Tracker or Doomcock or multiple people, but the 4 people most responsible for Star Trek are, in fact, Gene Roddenberry, Gene Coon, Lucille Ball, and DC Fontana. So, they definitely, and she wrote not only for the original series, but also for TNG, and also for Deep Space Nine, and also for fan fiction, and also outside of Star Trek she wrote as well. So that's all some really, really cool stuff, and you guys should all check out something about DC Fontana, and Commodore Ty did a particularly good tribute. So it's worth checking out. Okay, so back to the chat. Back to the chat. Actor says, is he saying rabbit or rabbit? What? Oh, it jumped. The chat jumped. I was saying rabbit. Rabbit. Okay, where are we? Rock Solid says, wait a minute. Does SisOPrey getting preggers mean that DJ Odyssey will be on Maury? The results are in. You are not the father. Maybe. Aberjam says, Anti-Tracker a little late for Thanksgiving. Shrelmore says, Anti-Tracker, I think it's AOC. She will be hatching a little bird in a few months. Wow. Rock Solid says, subbed from my other account. Thank you, Rock Solid. Captain MKG says, Bird of Prey, Turd Main Basin Space Engineers still intact, just FYI. Oh, that's good, because that would have been very depressing if that was all it took to get rid of your main base. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey absolutely had ultrasounds in the 70s. They weren't accurate as they said I was going to be a girl, but they did exist, at least back at home in Wisconsin. Wow. He's saying that in the 70s they had ultrasound. Okay, so Mama Prey is saying they did have ultrasounds, but they only gave them if they thought there was a medical reason to doing so. Apparently, finding out the sex of the baby was not a medical reason, so it was never given to her as a choice. Now, she had an ultrasound with SisOPrey, but that was 1980, technically. Yeah. But they also didn't tell her the sex of Diana. Well, I guess it didn't have that type of resolution. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey, they absolutely had ultrasound. I read that. Aberjam says Bird, they didn't have ultrasound when you were a baby. I figured that they just prayed Ra for a boy back then. Oh, they just prayed to Ra for a boy back then. Ra, the Egyptian sun god. Actresses, in Bird's case, they had to use the tools for oil prospecting. Okay, remember, they knew from an x-ray that my bones were just too big to fit out with Mama Prey. That's all I knew. I got a healthy dose of x-ray radiation right before I was born. Thomas says, what is YouTube? I don't know. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. birhtday5 in check. Greetings, Mike Richards. Mrs. Anti-Tracker, I just heard the good news. Congratulations. Better learn how to change some diapers. Thank you, Mrs. Anti-Tracker. My mom will probably change diapers by calling over Mama Prey.
I think you should change diapers while you stream.
I'm not going to change diapers while I stream. That's terrible. That's probably against YouTube guidelines. Anti-Trigger says they edited it. What? They edited it out? Aberjam says they edited it out. What are we talking about?
He was saying the name. What we just talking about?
What? The YouTube creators. The YouTube Creators Insider. Thomas Potts is Mrs. Anti-Trigger. Hello. Agnes says they cutted Bird, the bastard editor door. Did I mispronounce editing? Edited it out? I did. Okay, I see what I did. Rock Solid says, who cares about TOS? It's not DS9. Rock Solid, you need to go to the hospital and get checked for like a brain tumor, man. Okay? Something is wrong. You can't, there's gotta be a problem that you think that there is no TOS episode better than any DS9 episode. That even the worst DS9 episode is better than the best TOS episode. There's some type of brain damage. Hopefully it's reversible. Aberjam says, greetings, Mike Richards. And Rock Solid, did someone in Uhuru outfit hurt you? Shromore says, greetings, Mike Richards. John Street says, hi, Mrs. Anti-Tracker. How you having... Okay, it's not my fault. Hi, Mrs. Anti-Tracker. How you're having a great day, and when are we going to get a morning coffee with Mrs. Anti-Tracker? Thomas says, wait, YouTube kills people they don't like. I guess. Rock Solid says, Aberjam, no, but I wish they would. Hello. Aberjam lols. Uncle Remus says, Bird, watch your back. YouTube is coming for you. Mike Richards is Aberjam. Shromore, hello. Started without me. Yes, we did. Shromore says I usually only use the audio library for my videos now. It saves a lot of hassle dealing with copyright. Unless the YouTube people make a mistake, which they have. And there are YouTube creators who have had their videos taken down for copyright, even though they used audio from the YouTube audio library, because YouTube had made a mistake and put in audio that was not, that actually had copyrights attached to it that they didn't know about. So even using the audio library isn't a guarantee. Dan23 says, I just saw another Star Wars Episode 9 TV spot. Agnes says, oh, it's his beard is a little longer after the cut. I'm sure they cutted at least 4 hours of him talking about Bird of Prey. Mrs. Anti-Tracker waves at Josh. We've been busy, but I'm still there. Here. That depends how fast the channel grows. Aberjam says, Mike Richards, we always do. Uncle Remus says, do they show Ghost Han Solo? No, says Dan. Aberjam says the final trailer. Dan23 says, I have not watched The Mandalorian either, as I do not have Disney Plus in the UK. Roxanne says, that's MC Christ beats Vet. Actress as well. Wait, SisOPrey has a friend as a fan of Star Trek. No, Star Wars. But I think he's okay with Star Trek too. Star Trek as well. Uncle Remus says, why not just show all of Rise of Skywalker in 30-second clips at this point? They might. Dan23 says, SpongeBob SquarePants time card. I put in the link to the first video, which is of SisOPrey5's friends video. In fact, subscribe to his channel if you're interested. Dan23 lols. Aberjam says, all you need to do is a wooden leg and an eye patch to Dan. Actor says, so Baby O'Prey looking like Baby Yoda theory intensifies. Dan23 says, there was one Star Wars video that just put a load of TV spots into one long trailer. Rock Solid says, MC Chris is pretty good. I'm not a rap fan, but he's decent. YT Cracker's another good nerdcore artist. Sonic EXE says, thank you for making these people realize there is a general audience option. People didn't believe me for some reason. Thank you so much, Sonic EXE. So Sonic EXE has obviously come here because of my Qapla video. That actually is still my best performing video of the last few weeks. So yes, the Qapla general audience option. Why does everybody not realize that saying, no, it's not made for kids means it's for the general audience? You are welcome, and thank you so much for Sonic for stopping by. Dan23 says, I'm on Android mobile, so it takes quite a while to type everyone's name if I reply to someone. Understood, Dan. Yeah, that sucks. The mobile app doesn't autofill the names. And then I put in the link to I forget which video that was. I'm sorry. But it's not Commodore Ty, because Commodore Ty put in a link to his channel. Oh, that's Cinnabun's. That's Cinnabun's video. Check out Cinnabun's channel. Cinnabun, besides doing streams of him and his rabbits, he also does a number of game streams. So, Uncle Remus says, piece together Rise of Skywalker like JJ pasted together. ROS after test screenings. Rise of Skywalker after test screening. Aberjam says, why do rappers all have ridiculously misspelled names? Why not? Dan23 is lolling. Rock Solid says, Aberjam lol, you should check out MC Stephen Hawking. And then I put in the link to Commodore Ty's channel. Agnes says, is he saying rabbit or rabbit? Rabbit. Bunny. Bunny rabbit. Dan23 says, people have eaten paper before. I'm not sure what the health effects are. Yeah, I don't think there's really any major health effect. It's just extra fiber. It's Commodore. Thomas Potts Says Commodore Pi is the only person I've seen put up a video on DC Fontana. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I did not do a video on DC Fontana because I was feeling like crap. But I also assumed that there would be 20 DC Fontana videos up by now. And Commodore Pi is the only one. And he did a particularly good one, too. But yeah, I would have expected all the biggies to put up a DC Fontana video. Aberjam says, rock solid, I think you mean MC Stephen Hawking. Dan23 says, I play Simpsons Tapped Out, and you can get Stephen Hawking to look like an MC rapper. Rock solid says, no Aberjam, UK MC Hawking. Aberjam says, Dan23, paper makes you stationary for a while. Ha ha. Joseph just finished my dinner. Grilled vegetables was tasty. That sounds like an appetizer, Joseph. Dan23 is laughing at Aberjam. And the trigger says, FYI, Bird, DC Fontana was not the mother of Star Trek, Track. She was the mother of Star Trek. Jerk. Thomas's anti-trigger wasn't Robert Justman, also important to Trek. Dan23 says, Ravage jump, and so does that chat. Lol, yeah. Anti-trigger says, Thomas spots yes, but not at the level as the Four Horsemen. And Dan23 says, I think Lucy from I Love Lucy was important in keeping Star Trek on TV in the 60s. She was important in getting Star Trek put on TV in the 60s. Made. There wouldn't be Star Trek without Lucille Ball. In all likelihood. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey isn't fat, he's big boned. Yes. Already says maybe CBS All Access should reboot I Love Lucy with Michael Burnham. The problem is they could never have a husband in they just couldn't say, you couldn't have Ricky Ricardo come in and say, Lucy! Aberjam says, yes, that was in Anti-Trigger's video. Anti-Trigger says, Lucille Ball was one of the Four Horsemen. Dan23 says, Kevin James from King of Queens is not as fat. He is big boned. Lol. Is not fat. He's big boned. Anti-Trigger says, Lucy, Gene R, Gene C, and DC. And Aberjam says, no, he's fat. Joseph says, 1998, I spent 1 month in Ukraine in an international camp. I got probably enough radiation as well. Wow. Why? Aberjam says, Dan23, Kevin James is fat bone. Dan23 is, I don't know, is that a sad look at Anti-Trigger? Rockstar says, I could only be so lucky to have a brain tumor, hopefully, and not, no, Rock Solid. Aberjam says, hashtag Dear Bop. I don't know about Dear Bop today. Dan23 says, they say you shouldn't x-ray pregnant women. Well, that's what they say now. And back in the day, the doctor was smoking while all this was happening. Yeah, the doctor's smoking during these exams, so. Aberjam says that's why they use ultrasound now. Dan23 says, Aberjam, my UK joke is taken from the episode where King of Queens, Doug, goes for a medical checkup, and it turns out that he's not fat, he's big boned, and his wife is like, who knew big boned was a thing? Marlena Monroe says, hi all, welcome Marlena. Aberjam says, gotcha. Thomas says, I'm watching Cancel Orville. They're going to lose Isaac Planet and have a good feeling about this episode. I'm watching the Cancel Orville. They're going to Isaac's Planet and have a good feeling about this one. What? Roxanne says, holy crap, Bird of Prey, did you really just butcher Fett as in Boba Fett and Vet as in Corvette? I suppose I did. Dan23 says, you can check out Change Diapers on YouTube if it's a tutorial video. Well, that sounds like a video directed at kids. Actor says, and with a block of wood and a piece of baby. Anti-Trigger says, you're welcome, Bird of Prey, for promoting your Qapla video. Thank you, Anti-Trigger. Dan23 says, TOS and DS9 had crossover with tribbles, indeed. Average says, Dan23 says he's still fat. Actor says, who's fat? Actor says, him. Average says, Kevin James. Excuse me. That could not have sounded good. Dan23 says, when someone says how many Federation Starship Enterprises are there, you can't count the NX Enterprise since it's not Federation. Ongoing Mrs. Can you make a change diapers on YouTube tutorial with an adult instead of a baby? Thomas Potts says, I guess the Phantom Menace is sexist for no DC Fontana vids. Marlena says, yeah, not a lot of DC Fontana videos. Tisk tisk. Actor says, what about lactation tutorial with an adult? Wow. Dan says, Average Jam, yes, Kevin James is fat. Marlena says, Thomas, lol, you're on to them. And the Trigger says, did he just say Star Trek? Wow. I said Star Trek. And Shrek95 says, Anti-Trigger, yes he did. Algorithm says, someone streamed a live birth on YouTube recently. Maybe Bird can live stream SisOPrey in a couple of months to up his sub count. Average Jam says, I think he said Star Trek. Actor says, he's reading so fast, anything is possible. And the Trigger says, big bone looked like a big ass to me. And Dan23 says, I like Star Trek and Star Wars. Average Jam says, Anti-Trigger, Freddy was big bone whenever he went to see Frankie. Trek95 says, Dan23, I used to like both Star Trek and Star Wars. Roxal says, Anti-Trigger, I take exception with that. I am the big ass here. Marlena says, I like old Star Trek and Star Wars. Joseph says, you can change diapers on adults as well. Definitely not aimed towards kids. Angarima says, I like old Star Trek and Star Wars. The new stuff, not so much. Abajam says, Dan23, don't you mean Star Trek and Star Wars? And Angarima says, yes, Joseph. Dan23 says, why are you people purposely making up wrong words? I saw Star Trek first, and then years later saw Star Wars. Abajam says, I try not to use autocorrect words in sentences, lol. And Dan23 says, I saw Star Trek first also. And Abajam saw Star Wars before Star Trek. And I made it to the end. Shomar says, DC Fontana wrote a couple of episodes of Babylon 5. Each one good. Well, at least according to Commodore Ty's video, DC Fontana did write The Way to Eden, which I know most people would say is the most god-awful episode of TOS. And she did write Charlie X as well. In fact, I think Charlie X was the first episode she ever wrote. So that's... Charlie X is not one of my favorite episodes. After rewatching it, I couldn't say it was a bad episode, but it wasn't one of my favorites. And Way to Eden, also, I can't say it's necessarily a bad episode, but it is quintessentially considered the worst episode of the original series by many, many people. I was going to do a DC Fontana video, but just frankly, I wasn't feeling up to it. And I just assumed there'd be more out. But if I did do one, what I would have said, I would have taken the scene from Far Beyond the Stars, the Deep Space Nine episode, where Cisco plays Brother Benny, and he's a science fiction writer in the 1950s. And there is, I believe it's Kira plays a writer who has to take a man's name, And at one point she says, yeah, when Odo is saying they're going to do a staff photo day and tells Kira and Cisco that they're just not going to be in that day to take pictures. And Kira is like, right, because they could never accept a woman writing sci-fi. And DC Fontana really did have to change her name to a man's name to get some of her scripts and some of her stories through. So I was always thought that part of Far Beyond the Stars was where Kira specifically mentions having, that she's writing under a man's name. Although it was a tribute to all the women that had to do that, I always thought it was especially a tribute to DC Fontana. Schronmore says DC Fontana wrote a couple of episodes of Battle of... I read that. Each one good. Dan 23 is Trek. I don't remember what was the first Star Trek thing I saw was. Algorithmus says, I speak it like this. Marlena says, hail Schronmore. Aberjam says, it never ends, Bird. It never does. Agner says, maybe the holiday special, Dan 23. Marlena says, Charlie X is a great episode, period. Yeah. Kirk has to try to explain to him why it's not okay to tap women on the ass. I think the harder thing was how to explain why it is okay for men to tap men on the ass. It's probably be the bigger issue. Aberjam says, Uncle Remus, Yusa a Piwasa. Rock Solid says, a way to Eden is go to Major in DS9. The way to Eden is to go to Bajor in DS9, says Rock Solid. John DeMarco says, I read about DC's contributions to early TNG, which apparently co-creating the L-Cars concept. Yes, but she also, her script creations were mostly first season, which is the worst season. Now, a lot of that's because Roddenberry had a lot of input. But, if you told me she worked on season 5, 6, and 7 of TNG, I'd be like, oh, okay. But you told me she worked on seasons 1 and 2. I'm like, a little less thrilled. Stromore says, hey, Marlena Moreau, greetings. And they said in an episode, DC Fontana wrote, may the gods stand between you and all harm in dark places you must tread. Richie Poole says, the way to Eden is not the worst episode of TOS. Rock Solid says, frankly or frettily. Dan 23 is pondering. Hector says, I'm still in shock that Bird knew Kill Bill, a non-Star Trek movie. Hector, I Googled it. Now, I did see Kill Bill, but it was only once, and I forgot most of it. It was ridiculous. I had to Google it. Okay, so I got the fact that the video got dropped out, and as soon I realized I was like one of the first people there because there were no comments yet. So I quickly skipped to the end where I knew the movie would be. By luck, I got to it just as he said, and today's movie is, and he gives this quote, and I copied like 4 words from the quote, quickly put it into Google, and it just said Kill Bill. There was a whole bunch of crap. In fact, it said Kill Bill Volume 2, Kill Bill this. So I just really ran back and just typed in Kill Bill, enter. And even after I hit enter, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes later, an hour later, somebody responded and said, oh, you're so close. It was Kill Bill Volume 2. So I honestly believed, and I was so sure it was probably Kill Bill Volume 2, because I honestly don't remember. The clue was that this happened in Japan, that this was a line set in Japan, and I honestly don't remember them traveling to Japan in Kill Bill. So either the whole movie took place in Japan, or I just completely forgot to travel to Japan. But this person said, oh, it was Kill Bill Volume 2. And I was like, okay, well, another time then. At least I know how to get to be first if I want to. So I was kind of surprised when he did count me as the winner. So either that person was wrong and it really was Kill Bill, not Kill Bill Volume 2, or he was wrong and it's Kill Bill Volume 2, but he thought it was Kill Bill. But yeah, no, I would not have known that quote at all. However, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled, oh, I knew that was The Usual Suspects immediately. I didn't have to. In fact, to be completely honest, I know 90% of the quotes he says. They're really only millennials and younger should struggle with these quotes. He does quotes from like 80s and 90s movies that like almost everybody has seen if you're above a certain age. Marlena says, Shromore, perfect quote, thanks. Algrima says, you do not understand me. You be not understanding me. Dan23 says, Richie Poole agreed. Mike Richards says, DC wrote the first script for Way to Eden. Then it was rewritten so badly she took her name off and used my name instead. Wow. Algorithmus says, FC Fontana better than DC streaming. Dan23 says, really, really long time ago, surgeons used to operate on people near an open window. Aberjam says, Uncle Remus, Mia spoke the English mucho grande. Roxlot says, so back to the title of the stream, are you going to cut a baby Opry cord? That is not the title of the stream. It was because I was going to cut the cord, a cable cord, and we talked about it. Uncle Remus lol, and Anti-Trigger says, wait, did Bird just say he likes to tap men's asses? No, I did not say that. Mac McMahon says, what's up, Rocks? Marlena says, Bird, that episode has great moments of Kirk struggling with being a father figure. It's true, it does. It does. Trek95 tells Anti-Trigger to be nicer. Roxanne says, I'd say the first 3 seasons of TOS were the worst. Aberjam says, Anti-Trigger with an idol like Frank Sinatra, it wouldn't surprise me. Who is it? Nobody. Mac McMahon says, what's the worst Star Trek movie and why? I would say Star Trek Beyond. The most recent Star Trek movie. The third movie of the JJ verse. The alternate timeline movies. It's the worst movie because it's ridiculous. It's stupid. The changes can't be explained by the Nero or whatever the hell his name was coming back through time. It makes no sense. You know, fighting space bees with the power of the Beastie Boys. It makes no sense. Starbase or Space Dock, whatever the hell they call it, doesn't look anything like Space Dock's supposed to look. It's not where Space Dock's supposed to be. They made Sulu gay. Sulu's not gay. George Takei is gay. George Takei is not in Star Trek. Sulu is in Star Trek. Sulu was very much not gay. And they built this giant starbase next to a completely unexplored nebula. That would be like building the Empire State Building next to a completely unexplored part of the continent. Like, you really don't know. If you go 5 miles downstream, there could be a freaking gigantic military base there from a nation you've never heard of. You're not going to build a city on the edge of explored territory. The cities are inland, or not inland. The cities are on the coast, and then you explore around them. And the cities don't become super cities until the land around them is well explored. You're not going to build the star base on the very edge of explored base next to a huge nebula that could be hiding anything. Dan23 says in some countries, Orville will be shown on streaming platforms like Hulu or a TV channel. Yeah, well, next season, which I've heard from and JP at Egotastic Fun Time, could possibly be as early as August of 2020, but I think is going to be closer to October, November 2020, possibly even December 2020. Is going to be on Hulu in the United States. I'd be surprised. I don't think it's going to be on any TV channels in the United States. Outside the United States, I don't know. Rock Solid says, hey, TOS was where Star Trek became what we know and love. Indeed. Edgar says, Googled it. The universe makes sense again. Dan23 says Star Trek 5 is the worst movie, and the next is the motion picture, followed by Interaction. I assume you mean Insurrection. Thomas Potts says Bird cheated to get the answer. No. Rock Solid says no, Trek 95. TOS movies is where Trek became and what we know and like. TNG is where I loved Star Trek. Star Trek. Dan, I meant to say Insurrection. I understood it, Dan. Mac McMahon says, the Quartering's new video made me question reality. I haven't seen it nor heard of it. I mean, I've heard of the Quarterings. I don't know what the video is. Rock Solid says, Insurrection is the worst Star Trek movie. IMO, worse than 5. I thought 5 was pretty good, as does Mac McMahon. Avid Jam says, Rock Solid was savaged by a tribble, hence his aversion to TOS. It must be. Angarimus, how about Kill Bill 3, The Rise of Kill Bill? Never heard of it. Dan23 says the actors who played Troy fell asleep in the Insurrection premiere. Rock Solid says no, Average Jam. I just have an aversion to terrible TV, not a Gilligan's Island or Brady Bunch fan either. You don't like Gilligan's Island? You might have 2 tumors. Edgar says wasn't Potts in Kill Bird? No. Mac McMahon says Troy fell asleep at the helm. Trek 95 says, Rock Solid, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. Star Trek 5 is the worst. Donnie Pearson says, hello, Bird of Prey and all from the greater Seattle area. I honestly love the new Viacom CBS logo, despite the lack of an eye mark. I hadn't known that there was a new Viacom CBS logo. I'm curious. Let's see. Oh, I guess I'm not going to get to my rants today. Well, tomorrow is whatever. Bed life. This is the logo. That barely counts as a logo. That's just the word Viacom next to CBS, with a little bit of the M cut out. Rock Solid says, Aberjam, you're going to make me defend a TOS movie. Henri says, Bird of Prey says, I liked it. No, I do not. No JJ Trek count, says Trek 95. Nobody said that, but if JJ Trek doesn't count, then I would say the worst is the motion picture. It's long and boring, and I don't like watching it. Dan23 likes Babylon 5. Rock Solid says, I changed my answer. The worst Star Trek movies is all 3 Kelvin timeline movies. Surgery says, get ready for a Bird audio mix from this stream, likely about arses. Aberjam says, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 is now that's a franchise I'd watch. Oh, Kill Bird Volume 1 and 2, that's a franchise I'd watch. Anti-Trigger says, Sir jars a lot. I like men's butts. I tell you what, you gotta give me that coconut. Where the dude walks in with a flabby waist and a ball sack in your face. Average Jim says, rock solid TOS needs no defending. Absolutely. Anti-Tracker says, rock solid is insane. Absolutely. Donnie Pearson says, thoughts on Noah Harley directing and writing Star Trek 14. Roman numeral pronounced 14. Yes, Romulan numeral. You said Romulan numeral. Roman numeral pronounced 14. Rock solid says, clearly it does if you're saying that insurrection is better than the search for God. M. Hale, fellow, M. Hale. Oh, M. Just M. The letter M says, hail, fellow Trekkies. Hail, M. Rock solid says, anti-tracker, I'm not insane. My mother had me tested. Well, she needs to test you again. You need to get tested again, rock solid. Aberjam says, rock solid, that wasn't me. Thomas says, Orville was canceled, but how are they having season 3? Like I said in my video, Thomas, it was canceled from Fox. With luck, it would have been picked up by Hulu, and it was. I was absolutely correct. M says the Orville is awesome. I love it. It has all the old Star Trek actors in it, indeed. Aberjam says rock solid, not insane. I demand a recount. And M says season 3 is on Hulu. Yosef wants Ask Bop. I'm sorry, Yosef. We're going to end this soon. I have physical therapy this afternoon. Uncle Remus says Orville not canceled, just moved to Hulu. Put behind a paywall because they can. All good shows go behind paywall. Uncle Remus, if they were moving to Hulu, they would have known they were moving to Hulu. I know that's the official story. But let me tell you that months and months we waited to find out what happened. That was because Fox owed it to Seth, and they agreed not to say he was canceled. But there was behind the scenes that they got it saved and picked up by Hulu. But if they knew they were going to be picked up, they would have started shooting the episodes. They waited another 6 months past. They waited 6 months too long to start working on season 3. They were absolutely canceled. Now, we might never know they were canceled officially, but we know, if you look at the evidence, they were as good as canceled. And then Hulu saved them. Hulu saved the show. Now, they allowed McFarlane to save face, because he is such a big part of Fox and the Fox community. But make no mistake, Orville got canceled from Fox. Hulu saved it. And Rocksolid says, no, Bird of Prey, Gilligan's Island was beyond stupid. Damn it, Rocksolid. Uncle Remus says, Miss Brady's first husband was a professor from Gilligan's Island. Thomas Potts says, tomorrow is DS9 Wednesday. No, Thomas, that was yesterday. Rocksolid says, Uncle Remus, no way, that's crap. Joseph says, I thought tomorrow is Sunday Fun Day. M says the Viacom O should be the CBS I. Shromore says Bird of Prey's Trek 5 was a bad movie, but it really was entertaining. I enjoyed watching it. If it's entertaining, it's not a bad movie. Uncle Remus says it's canon, which is a Very Brady sequel. Watch a Very Brady sequel. I have not seen a Very Brady movie or a Very Brady sequel. Right? No, you saw I did not defend the Brady Bunch. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey, it's long and boring, I just don't like it, what people say about my streams. Well, I'm sure some people say that about my streams too. Anti-Tracker says, oops, I gotta record that, lols. Actor says, no. Rock Solid says, Anti-Tracker, I'm working on the stream already. Actor says, he read it all. And Track 95 says, Anti-Tracker, you have a lot to record, you can send me a little file to edit. Uncle Remus says, birds see more butts. Rock Solid says, my mother passed away in 95, so you can't retest me. I'm sorry, Rock Solid. But you can have yourself retested. Dan23 says the Orville is not canceled in America. I think it's been put on Hulu. Right. It was canceled from Fox, but it was picked up by Hulu. Hungry says birds see more butts. Actor says you have a lot of CBS and Viacom logos on your screen. Just saying. Yeah, I do. Sorry about that. Forgot. Averjam, seriously though, I really do. No. Averjam, there you go. He goes, guys. Sound bites. Actor says, let's see if bird bites. No. Gotta be a little bit better hidden than that. Uncle Wesley Crusher says, Bird of Prey. Greetings, birds, turds, and Viacom. Uncle Remus says, birds see more. Uncle Aberjam is hee. Hector says, or pecs. Dan23 says, a lot of things Seth MacFarlane does get canceled and then brought back. Uncle Remus says, maybe Seth can bring back A Million Ways to Die in the West. Wesley says, Gilligan's Island was a classic show. It certainly was. Dan23 says, Fantasy Island was an old TV show, but it's now being made into a horror movie. The trailer came up as an advert earlier. Joseph says, twinkle, twinkle, little star, point me to the nearest bar. Roxod says, please tell someone to record that one. M, say I like ScarJo's butt. Wesley says, rock solid, how are you not crazy? You are just a nerd. Rock solid says, Wesley, I don't know if you're agreeing with me, makes me feel better or worse. Robert Hammer, welcome Robert Hammer. Says, Gilligan's Island remake from Quentin Tarantino starring Rami Malek as Freddy and Sean Bean as Frank. That is not a Gilligan's Island remake. Anti-Tracker says Frank and Freddy. Wesley is rock solid. Take it as it is. Training about Wesley. Hey there. How are you? Anti-Tracker says got to get some more. Rock says as well. Frank said to Freddy. Took it from behind. Wesley, Bird of Prey. Are you skipping comments again? Not on purpose, Wes. Not on purpose. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for coming. If you tried to get me to say something, screw you. I'm not going to say anything to give Anti-Tracker, to make Anti-Tracker waste 4 hours or 6 hours he could be using to make a DC Fontana video that he said he's going to make a video to make fun of my singing or something that people are going to get tired of and just leave his channel because of anyway. So, Trek95 says, Wesley, no, the stream has skipped. Wesley says, I missed the whole thing. You can always rewind, Wes. M is smiling. Mike Richards says, farewell from Columbus, Ohio. Actor says, shut up, Wesley, and use replay. Thomas Potts says, what a jerk, telling us to screw you. Uncle Remus says, thank you for streaming, Bird of Prey. Greetings, Smile Prey, Sassy, and the flock. Wesley missed the stream. Uncle Remus says, take care, Bird, you're a sport. Bye. M says, bye. Oh, thank you, M. Thank you, Uncle Remus. Thank you, Wesley. And thank you, everybody who came. Thank you so much. And again, congrats to SisOPrey5's, who is going to be a mommy. So I'm going to be an uncle. Big times. Big changes coming up by this summer. This upcoming summer. A lot of changes around here. A lot of changes. Take care, all. Good night. I'll see you guys on the Anti-Tracker stream later. Qapla. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out birhtday.com, the new home of everything BirhtDay5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/birhtday5 or on birhtday5.com. Take care. SisOPrey just started a new job, Wes, so I couldn't call her. She wouldn't have been able to pick up. Otherwise, I would have, but I spoke to her earlier today. Wished her a happy birthday. And yes, Wes, you can call me Uncle Opray if you want, though not until the baby's actually here. Qapla, take care.